we're going to find a missing side length using the sine law. Now this triangle is a little bit different because we are not using our typical A, B, and C. We're using the letters T, U, and V. But all the same, we're just going to label, if this is capital T, this is going to be little t. If this is capital U, this is going to be little u. And if this is capital V, this is going to be little v. And our sine law is going to be the same as with the A, B, and C. T over sine t, right? We need that corresponding side, is equal to u over sine u equal to v over sine of v. So the only problem here is that we don't have a corresponding side and angle. So for example, I'm looking for side length t, and I have angle t, and I have angle u, but I don't have side length u, but I have side length v, but no angle v. So what do we do in this case? This is not a problem at all because I have two known angles and I can just find my third angle. V is equal to, all of the sum of the angles is 180. So 180 minus 100 minus 70. And we don't need a calculator for this because we know that this is going to give us 10 degrees. Okay, so now let's write that in, that angle V is 10 degrees. And from here, we can just plug everything into our equation, our sine law formula. We're looking for side length t, but we know that angle t is 70 degrees, so t over sine of 70 degrees. We don't need to use u because I don't have a corresponding side and angle here. I'm not going to use that at all. So we're just going to stick to v. Side length v is 15 over sine of 10 degrees. Okay, so how am I going to isolate side length t? Very easy. It's in the numerator and have sine 70 in the denominator. Sine 70 is just its own little number. You can plug it into your calculator and write out that decimal value. I'm just going to treat it as its own number. In order to get rid of something in the denominator, I have to multiply both sides by sine 70. Okay, so I'm going to multiply this by sine of 70 degrees and multiply this by sine of 70 degrees. These two cross out, okay, they cancel each other, and now I'm left with t equals to 15 times sine of 70 divided by sine of 10 degrees. Okay, now what do? We just plug, this part is really easy, we just plug it into our calculator. You are using a calculator, make sure you are in degrees. And now we can just plug it in. 15 times sine 70 and divide that by sine 10. And we get equals to 81. And I'm just going to round that to 81.2. And if your units are in meters, 81.2 meters. That's it. That's how it's done. So we just found a side length using the sine law. If you want to learn how to use the sine law to find an angle, click here. And if you're ready to move on to the cosine law, click here. See you next time.